Hi everyone, welcome to class today. This is going to be mostly for upper body stretch, so neck, shoulders, upper back. We'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to sit on my mat, but if you want to join us in a chair, you're more than welcome to. This will definitely be accessible from any chair that you'd like to use. So come into your most comfortable seated position. If you are going to use a mat, if you like sitting on a blanket or a bolster or anything like that, feel free to grab it. I'm actually going to grab mine and we'll get started. All right. So settling in to your seat wherever you are. Let's take a couple shoulder rolls. So just up and back a couple times, maybe noticing if one side feels different than the other. Kind of seeing how the body feels today. As always, legs can be crossed. If you're sitting on the mat, you can also kind of change that position to whatever feels beneficial to you today. As always, it's all about you. It's all about finding what works for your body in this moment. Close the eyes if you choose. And we'll take a couple breaths. Maybe just letting that sighing breath kind of flow out of the body. Bring it in through the nose or the mouth, and then exhale. Just let it out. Let's do that again. Inhale. And exhale. Maybe one more time. Why not? Inhale. And exhale. Fantastic. Great. Let's just do a little shake. Shake out the hands. Especially when we kind of hold on to tension and we don't know it, shaking can be a really good way to just loosen things up. So a little bit of shake, little bit of shake. Good, and then let those hands rest down. Nice, take the chin to the chest. Maybe add a little small movement here. Nice and slow, whatever you do. We're in the stage of our practice, which is all about observing. So what are you observing at the moment? And bring the head to center. Take a couple breaths here. And when we think about observing, maybe just trying to observe facts instead of placing judgment on the things that you're experiencing. And take the head a little bit towards the right, maybe stir that chin one direction and then the other. Good, one more time. Nice, take the head to center. Let's take it to the other side. Again, we'll stir the chin. One of my favorite ways to release these neck muscles. And sometimes those muscles too that connect up through the jaw. And stir the other way. Good. Bring it back to center. And all the way up. Let's roll the shoulders up and back. Get some of that bigger movement in those shoulder joints. All right, take the shoulders, bring them up to the ears, so shrug them up, and then let them drop. Let's do it again. Inhale, shrug them up. Exhale, drop them down. Good, one more time, up, and drop them down. Great. Let's take the left hand out to the side. Palm's gonna face up, if that feels okay for the shoulder. And we're just gonna turn that hand, so turn the palm up, and then maybe turn that palm down and even back a little bit, if that feels okay. So just take those circles a couple times. Up and down, nice and slow. Good. One more time. Up. Good. Down. Now this time we're going to turn the hand to face behind us. And maybe take the hand to the hip. Or if it feels okay, you can even kind of slide that hand along the back. Take the chin to the chest and move that right ear towards the right shoulder. And as you breathe, imagine as if you could breathe into that left chest, shoulder, neck area. 3 more breaths here. Feel free to soften the muscles in the face as much as you can, especially around eyes and jaw. Good. Head slowly comes back to center. Release that arm. Let's give it a good shake. Good. And then we'll switch. Take the right arm out to the side. And we'll do that same turning with the palm. So palm faces up first. And then turn the hand down and maybe rotate that hand back a little bit. So we're doing internal and external rotation here for the shoulder joint. Internal is turning inward when you kind of turn that thumb down. External is turning outward where you turn the thumb up. Okay. A couple more on this side. Nice. Now we're going to turn that thumb down. Palm faces behind you. Maybe that hand slides towards the hip or slides along the back. Chin comes down to the chest. Head moves to the left this time. So now as you breathe, see if you can breathe into that right side. Almost like as you inhale, you're expanding, kind of breathing in, filling up those spaces. And as you exhale, everything softens and relaxes again. Two more breaths to go. Nice full breaths. Great. Head slowly comes back to center. Head rises. Arm release. Give it a shake. And as you can see, I'm kind of moving my hand up and down. Maybe you move it up and down. Maybe you move it in and out. Wherever you want to go, just give it a good shake. Great. And then let that hand rest down. Let's roll those shoulders up and back again. Take another moment of observation, maybe even close the eyes here. 3 breaths. Checking in, body, mind, breath. Great. If you are seated on the mat and you want to switch up those legs, go ahead and do so. I'm going to switch mine up just to kind of change up that shape a little. Inhale, hands can lift if you'd like, and they don't have to go all the way up. Maybe just a wide V feels good. Let's twist to the right. So right hand's going to come either to the side or back a little bit. Left hand, let's keep that left hand on the left shin for now, or the left thigh. If you're seated in your chair, lift tall on the inhale, exhale, find your twist. Going to start things nice and easy. Inhale, bring those arms up, or maybe just out in that big wide V, and we'll turn to the left. Left hand down to the side, right hand in front, twist it over. Nice and tall on the inhale. Exhale, you can twist a bit. Good. Let's do it again. Inhale, lift up, or maybe that wide V. We're going to twist to the right. If you want, maybe that left hand crosses the body this time, taking a little deeper twist. Always, always thinking about length. You want to keep that spine tall and safe. Very nice. One more breath. Good. Hands reach out and up. Let's go to the left one more time. Nice. 2 more breaths. And then unwind, bring it back to center. Great. So we've done some work with the neck, some work with the shoulders, a little bit of twisting. Let's add some lateral movements or some side bends here that can also help if you're feeling some restriction here in this upper body part. So take that right hand down, left hand is going to sweep up and then reach it away and sweep it out. So we're going to go up and over and then kind of turn the chest down a little bit like you're trying to reach away, and then sweep that arm across and find that little stretch here for the chest on the left. Inhale, up and over. Take that reach away. Sweep that hand back. Good, let's do it one more time. Up and over, and reach, and sweep it back. Great, switch sides. Left hand down, right hand up. and over. Good. And then we're going to turn towards the floor a little bit, reach that right hand away, and then sweep it out to the side. Maybe a little stretch. Good. Up and over, and reach, and sweep. Good. Couple more. Up and over. You can always change these shapes a little bit to make sure your shoulder feels okay in these movements. They don't have to be as big as mine. They can be bigger than mine. It doesn't really matter. Just as long as we're getting some movement in that side body. One more time. Over, and then reach, and sweep it back, and bring both hands down. Again, shoulders roll up and back a couple times. Very good. Let's take those fingertips back a little bit. So if you're in your chair, you can always hold on to the side or maybe even the back of the chair a little bit. We're gonna try to lift the chest up towards the ceiling or the sky. Take that lift, open up, open up. If you'd like, you can take a look up, but if that feels uncomfortable for the neck, just keep the chin towards the chest. One more breath. And then bring it back to center. Very nice. Take the hands together. Let's clasp the hands. We're going to bring the hands to the heart, or to the center of the chest. And let's just take a pause here. As you breathe, you might feel the chest kind of rise up to meet the hands. Good. You can observe the body, see if maybe you can soften the muscles there in the face again. Great, let's add some movement if you choose. So this is going to be your inhale, hands towards the chest. As you exhale, we're gonna keep the hands clasped as long as that feels okay, and press those palms away from you, kind of round the shoulders a little bit. Inhale, we're gonna slowly bring those hands back. Feel the chest rise up to meet the hands. Exhale, take those palms, turn them away from you, and press away. You can add a little roundedness in that upper back if you want. Inhale, bring those hands back in. Chest rises to meet the hands. Good. Keep it going. And you can match the breath with the movement like I am, or you can just do that breath in whatever way feels right for you. Good. Let's do one more full round. Great, bring it back to center. Release those hands down. Palms can face up on the legs if you choose. Great, we're gonna do a little bit with our hands and wrists. So that can be another part of the body, especially if we feel tension in jaw and neck. Sometimes that tension can kind of wind its way down to wrists and hands. So let's just start with a little bit of circling of the wrists. Again, if you're seated on the mat and you want to change the shape of your legs, go for it. It's always good to take a new position, take a little bit of a different shape. Start to circle those wrists in the opposite direction if you haven't already. Good. Now we're going to try to circle the fingers one at a time, starting with the thumbs, ending with the pinky fingers. Good. You got it. And then we're going to try to go the opposite direction. So see if you can circle in the opposite direction and go from pinky to thumb. That's usually a little harder on the brain, but it's good for you. Good. And then thumb. Good. And give it a shake. Shake it out, shake it out. Yeah. All right. Wonderful. Let's do a little bit more with hands and wrists. You're going to take your thumb, bend it to the inside of your palm, and then see if you can wrap those fingers around the thumb. Let's take the right hand first. So we're going to kind of punch that right hand out. Right shoulder soft. And then start to turn that hand down a little bit. So it's not a big movement. Let me just show you from this side. So here we are straight out, and then just turn that hand down a little bit, almost like you're trying to point the pointer finger down towards the floor. Not a big movement, but you'll probably feel that stretch there along the right wrist, maybe even right forearm. One more breath here on this side. And then release that, slowly unwind the fingers, circle that thumb a little bit, and shake it out. Great, we're gonna try the other side, move on to the left. So now we're gonna take that left thumb, fold it in, wrap those fingers around, take that left hand and punch it forward, and then start to turn that left fist down towards the floor. So it's, again, it's not gonna point straight down, it's just a little bit of an angle until you start to feel your stretch. Notice what's happening to that left shoulder. See if you can soften it a little. Very good. 2 more breaths here. Nice full breaths. Good. Unwrap the hand, unwrap the thumb, give it a little circle, one in direction and the other, and then give it a shake. Great. And then bring that hand down. Okay, so we're going to come into a tabletop shape. If you're on your mat, hands and knees are going to be on the mat. If you're on your chair, come to stand and then put the palms of your hands on the seat of the chair. So we're kind of making the same shape. If that's uncomfortable for you, you can always stay seated, and I'll walk you through some seated options. So if you choose to come to that kind of tabletop shape where the back is flat or flattish up towards the ceiling and the hands and feet are down towards the floor, keep the fingers spread out nice and wide. If you're seated, you're going to make the same movement with the arm. You're just not going to be facing in this direction. So take that right hand and you're going to sweep that right arm out and maybe up a little bit. Maybe it lifts a little higher than the shoulder, maybe it doesn't. And then you're going to take that arm and sweep it down and through. Good. Let's do that a few more times. If you're seated, all you're going to do is take that arm, sweep it out, and then reach it across. Okay? So let's do 3 more of those. Sweep that arm out. And then across, and out, and across. Good, 1 more time, out, and across. Back to center. Let's try the other side. Same as the first. Lift it up and maybe out a little bit, and then take it through. Out and up. So if you're choosing to lift that hand up a little bit more or reach it out farther to the side, you're going to add a bit of a twist into the torso. So as always, keep that spine long. Good. 2 more to go. Nice job. Very good. Last time. Good. Great. Now from here, if you want to choose to go into a child's pose or even a downward facing dog, you can. If you're staying seated in your chair, just let those hands rest. Maybe even drop the chin towards the chest a little bit here. Good. I'm going to come to stand, and you're welcome to join me, or you can stay seated in the chair. All about what feels good for you. So find your way up. Take your time, not a rush. We're going to roll those shoulders up and back. Good. We're going to end with eagle arms or a variation of that. Let's take the arms and just kind of sway them out and back. And if you can think about it, maybe you take the opposite arm on top and alternate. Yep. So right arm, left arm, right arm, left arm. Good. 1 more time each side. Right and left. And good. Just kind of let those arms shake out. Okay, lots of different options here. So stick with me. Find the place that feels right for your body, especially your shoulders, especially your neck. We're doing this to release tension, not add tension. Take the arms to the sides. You're going to take your right arm on top, and we're just going to start with a nice big hug. Good. You can continue to add movement. Sometimes when I'm still, when I'm standing and doing some work, just standing still, you can just add a little bit of movement. Sometimes that feels nice for hips and legs. Good. Let's switch sides. Left arm on top this time. Nice big hug. Don't forget that breath. Good. Good. Let's take it out. Right arm on top again, so you can give yourself a nice big hug. If those elbows can stay somewhat stacked, maybe you can grab a strap here, or you can try to hook the fingers together. So you choose your variation. They're all working the same muscles, It's just about what feels best for you today. Good, release it. Let's just give those arms a little shake and we'll try the other side. So now the left arm comes on top, right? Good, again, stay with that big hug if you choose. Maybe you grab a strap or a towel and you bring those hands towards each other, or you can hook the fingers. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Soften around the jaw. 2 more breaths here. Nice, last breath. Good, release those arms, give them a good shake. Okay, fantastic. Let's come back to our seat, whether that's in a chair or on the mat. Whatever shape feels comfortable at this point. And we'll end with a little bit of meditation and breath work. So if you choose, you can even lay on your mat. If that's more comfortable for you, you can lay on down, back down to the mat. If you're in your chair, maybe you lean back against the back of the chair and just find some support there. Eyes can close if you choose. Let's take 3 more of those sighing or ha breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time, in through the nose and out the mouth. Very good. We'll do a little bit of facial massage, which again can help with neck, shoulder, jaw tension. So take the fingertips right to the jawline, and we're just going to kind of tap along that jawline. Very gentle, not hard. Just almost like you're playing the piano along that jawline. Good. And if you'd like, you can take that up towards the cheeks. And maybe run those fingertips across the cheekbones. And you can walk those fingertips up to the eyebrows or right above the eyebrows. And just gentle little taps, gentle little taps. Good. We'll bring it back down, so do those cheekbones again. Gentle tap. Okay. And then down to the jaw. Good. Last bit here, if you want, grab those earlobes and just give them a little tug. You can even massage a little bit. It's a great way to relieve tension, especially if you get a lot of tension headaches. Giving those ears a little rub can really, really help. Good. Let those hands rest wherever they rest. Maybe one more sighing or ha breath. Observing the body one more time. No judgment, just observations. Thanking yourself for taking time out for you today, for your body and your breath, and knowing that as you take time to refill and refuel yourself, just know that you'll have more to give out to your loved one or loved ones. Thank you so much for joining me today.